Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We don't watch YouTube gamers just for the games they play.
Markiplier
We
here.
watch for the experience, the camaraderie of reacting to the same sights, sounds, and stories together.
I didn't know I was in the game.
We watch for the human
My
aspect.
name is Markiplier.
The human aspect that can't be had with a simple recording playthrough. It's this human aspect that creates friendship and empathy, shared emotions and experiences, trust and enjoyment. It's this human aspect that provides the foundation for a community. Because what you feel is what we do too. When you reach new heights, you reach them with us. And when you hit rock bottom, you surely aren't alone. When you show emotion, we see it all. Well, vulnerability is a part of sharing. And just as we've gained from your sharing, we'd like to share our emotion with you too.
Mark Edward Fidgeback is a 28-year-old man. Mark is a YouTuber that helps make people feel happy, safe and loved with his videos on whatever games he plays. Mark also does charity for children and pets. But for right now, let me show you all a clip of those he has helped.
There's so many people.
Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for being an inspiration. Your videos have gotten me through a lot of grief. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you so much for being such a huge inspiration for all of us.
Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you so much for being there for me.
Thank you so much for being the supportive guy that you are and being the one that always puts smiles on people's faces.
Thank you.
For being you.
Thank you for being understanding.
For being a goofball that you are.
Thank you.
Thank you for being, there. Being yourself.
Being the sunshine on some of our darkest days.
Being the reason that I can get through my day.
For being there.
Thank you so much for just being you. Thank you so much for being weird.
I don't know what to say.
It's okay.
I hope you keep being your silly, goofy goober self. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye. Okay. I'm gonna be waving for a while, aren't I? Oh, goodbye, everybody. Oh, I'm such a blubbering mess. Oh.
In this clip, I considered Mark as an excellent communicator. As you seen in the clip, they were so grateful for him just listening to them and always being there for them in the darkest of times. Mark is more caring and respectful than you may ever know, just like in this more serious clip with him talking about what respect really means and how it's being lost.
Respect. It's something that I feel has been lost lately. I even feel like the definition of respect has been muddied a bit, because people have a tendency to apply it only to accomplishments that they feel are worthy of praise and admiration. But I'm talking about respect on a basic level, even if you just boil it down to common human decency. It's being lost. The golden rule still applies. You still need to treat people the way that you want to be treated. And you're seeing it less and less these days. But you still need to treat them with respect. And that's hard. And you may even be thinking, like, how can you do that? That's not possible. If they're a terrible person, they deserve to be treated unfairly. And that's not the way that I want to live. We're all humans. And either we are all humans that are equal and deserve to be treated as equals, or we're not. as a person, as an inherent human being. Because it's so easy to label someone. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to boil someone down to a single word or a phrase, and that's all they are. Even if you're praising them. I mean, normally it's when you're demonizing them, but even if you're praising them, even if you're putting someone on a pedestal, or if you're calling them human scum and trash and garbage, you're inherently dehumanizing them in both aspects. And that's something that I will never stand for. Never. Because I've said it a million times, over and over. I repeat this all the time. We as YouTubers are the exact same as you. We're humans. We're people wandering this world trying to figure out who we are, just the same as you. What I'm talking about is the most basic human element, the one rule that I know very deep down, is that we are all equal and deserve to be treated with respect. We're more than our labels. I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't care what religion you believe in. I don't care where you've come from or where you are now. All I care about is who you are.
Okay, so now with this clip I considered Mark a critical thinker. Mark shows what people consider as respect. And what Mark and most others should consider respect as just being nice to someone no matter who they are. Now for this final clip, Mark ends up being lost and confused over his father's death. And through his hard trials he learns that he needs to do what he wanted to be happy and be a success.
But then, my father brought me some bad news. He put a piece of paper in front of me and just let me read it without saying anything. And I was a pretty smart kid, so I understood every word that it said, all the techno mumbo jumbo, but the main thing is that in basically big bold letters it said cancer, and the really bad kind of cancer. So that was a really tough time for me because I kind of lost sight of what I was doing. Everything seemed kind of clear to me before, but right now everything was kind of just getting away from me. I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do, which was make video games. I wanted to do it. My dad didn't agree with me, but I thought that that was what I was going to do. However, I started to realize that games might not work, so I kind of put that off the table and focused on going to engineering. I was originally in civil engineering, but moved into biomedical engineering because they had a medical school program. But that didn't work out either. I didn't want to do that, so I flip-flopped back to engineering again, and then I thought, hey, if I'm going to do what I want to do, I got to do games, and I really couldn't decide what I was going to do with my life. I was kind of at a crossroads and just frustrated. Then, 1 year later, we were all home for summer, and my dad was getting pretty bad with cancer, and he wasn't himself anymore. But one morning, we were all woken up by my stepmom, Dee, screaming, and we went downstairs to see that my dad was dying. And the last words that he said to me were, "I love you so much." And I held my dad's hand as he died. After my dad died, I became more confused than I was before because I was so far into engineering that I didn't think that I could get out anymore. And I was stuck in these mind-numbing co-op jobs that were literally me sitting at a computer 8 hours a day, doing 2 hours worth of work and nothing else. It was absolutely horrible, and I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And I didn't have time for games, I didn't have an escape, I had no idea what I was gonna do. So I kind of drifted for a few years. And I dated in and out, from girl to girl, but I eventually met this one girl who I kind of liked. She was really cool and really nice, and her name will be Barbara. That's what we're calling her for now. Her name will be Barbara with a C. But anyway, I finally brought her to my mom, who I was living with, because after my dad died, I didn't have my own place, and she did not approve, which made me mad, and she was kind of confused. I was very upset because my mom got so mad that she eventually kicked me out, and there's more to it than that, but that's basically the long and the short of it. So I got mad, and she got mad, and then I went off and get my own apartment, because I had a job at the time, that crummy co-op job, but it was still a job. Unfortunately, after I got my new place, my boss told me 3 days before I was supposed to come in for the new quarter that I didn't need to show up, which made me more mad. But I didn't yell at my boss, professionalism and all that. But at the end of the day, I was running out of money and my girlfriend wasn't helping me, and then she started getting mad at me for not being able to do something or other. I can't really remember why she was mad. She was mad so often. But eventually this caused a schism in the relationship, and the stress started to get to me. I was sadder and sadder than I was before, and I just couldn't be in the relationship anymore. But after we left each other, I was stuck alone in my apartment, and I didn't know what to do. And I had this suspicious pain in my side that turned into extraordinary pain in my side. And this extraordinary pain plagued me for a bit, until one day I woke up in so much pain that I had to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, where they told me that my appendix was about the size of a beach ball and needed to come out immediately. They also told me that I had a tumor the size of a fist in my adrenal gland, and that needed to come out too, but at a later date. So this was pretty shocking news, and on top of everything that had happened already, I was pretty much stressed enough as it is. But I managed to truck through it somehow, thankfully for reconciling with my mom, and my stepmom was still there for me. The surgeries went well, and I ended up recovering in the hospital for about 2 weeks, and had a lot of time to think about what I'd done. And the more thinking I did, the more frustrated I became. It seemed like everything in my life was completely out of my control, and I had no choice in the matter. So finally, I decided that enough was enough, and I was going to do what I wanted. But I was still stuck in the hospital, so I got angrier every day. Grr! So when I finally did get out of the hospital, I decided that I was going to do my own thing. And what I decided I was going to do was going to be sketch comedy videos. So I ended up using my tax refund that I had to buy a camera. I ended up doing very little with this camera immediately. So I decided to focus on a few more things before I got started. I got better with my grades in engineering. I decided to dedicate myself to playing games that I wanted to play. And then eventually I decided that I was going to make my own identity on the internet. And more specifically, on YouTube, where I was able to start a channel that finally made me happy. I didn't even care that I didn't have that many subscribers in the beginning, because even the few people that did watch me, I was more than happy to do everything it took to entertain them. But as I kept playing, things started exploding. Like, the subscriber count went crazy, and now I have more subscribers than I know what to do with. And I'm just happy that anyone watches my videos. And that's what really changed my life, and it's happened very recently. Like, before, I was totally out of control of everything, and now, I'm finally able to do what I love. So thank you guys, sincerely. I owe everything in my life right now to the support that you have given me.
For this clip I considered Mark as an independent learner. Because Mark showed that after dealing with his father's passing and dealing other issues in his life, he was finally able to get his life on track and do what he really loved to do.
So thank you everybody so much for watching. Thanks for giving me some of your time tonight. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.